Today on the Great White Shark Experience podcast, we are joined by Ryan and Sondar. Ryan and Sondar have been completing their Divemaster training in Mossel Bay with GoDive. Both from the US, Ryan and Sondar have spent a few months with the team, both doing Sardine Run and Aliwal Shoal during their time. Today we talk about their experiences in Mossel Bay and what they have been up to in their time here. Cheers, Ryan and Sondar.
Cheers.
Welcome to the Great White Shark Experience podcast. How are you guys?
Lacker.
You're, what, 3 months? Well, you're 3 months in.
Yeah.
2 months in.
Yeah.
The end of your experience.
It was crazy.
How's it been?
Oh, amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, it's unbelievable.
So what did you come to South Africa for? Like, what was your aim when you first came?
Okay, so the first attraction was being able to get to DM. That was a big attraction. Also, I'd always dreamed of coming to South Africa, so it was just like a all-encompassing experience.
Bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lived up to your expectations?
Oh,
So far?
surpassed.
Okay.
For
Good
sure.
that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was kind of like I definitely wanted to do something in the ocean over the summer, and then I was looking in internships, and I saw your
Yeah, you came through the
page
White Shark
on,
Ocean,
like,
yeah.
I saw your page online, and I was like, that seems really fun, just working with white sharks, and then also getting my DM at the same time, which was like, I've loved diving, and I've just wanted to get that done, and so
Just do it, yeah.
been an unreal experience for sure. It's more than I ever imagined it could have been.
Amazing. And you both got great whites in the beginning.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Thankfully. Oof. Were you guys on the boat when orcas came through?
No.
You
No.
guys missed it?
He was in Cape Town. I was in Sensa.
Oh yeah, you were with me, weren't you?
Yeah.
You were in Sardine Run. Fuck. But you guys got to see great whites at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah,
That was
we did.
I'm hoping they come back before the rest of the people leave, but
Yeah.
it's going to be a close call, I think. So I don't know. But yeah, what was your experience when you first ran into those guys? When you first...
I mean, my first experience, they were by far the biggest shark I've ever seen. I mean, it's kind of hard to compete with the great white shark, but the first day I was on the white shark boat, we saw a white shark, and then we all got in the cage, and it was just like, it was amazing just seeing how they interacted and just like them in their natural environment.
Yeah.
It was just, I mean, they're a majestic creature. It's just crazy to see like such a big fish in the water.
Yeah, it takes your breath away every time, eh?
Yeah.
And what was yours like?
My first trip out on the White Shark Africa boat was similar. I went out for the first time with all of them, and we get in the water. We saw like 3 different individuals, and then I got that video of it mouthing the cage literally this close to me.
Yeah, no, I saw that. That's insane.
It was crazy. Absolutely mental.
And then you were happy to go dive in less than a kilometre away.
I wanted to dive Seal Island.
Yeah, we still need to do that.
I wanted to dive without the cage fully. It was just like
when you see them and how chilled they are, the majority of the time they are super chilled, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then
100%.
it's definitely a misconception. I suppose when you see all the big teeth pictures and Jaws movies and everything, it seems like they're pretty jumpy, but
Yeah, no, they're super chilled.
yeah.
I mean, they're really not interested in you in the cage at all. They'll come by and like see and check you out. Like you can definitely see their eyes like fixating on you, and you can feel like the presence of them staring at you, but they're not ever really going for the cage or just you. They're just curious creatures and just trying to figure out what we are.
Yeah. Did you ever feel like there might be one watching you whilst you were diving?
I can't say I did, but I also could be mistaken. I mean, you wouldn't know unless they wanted you to know.
No, that's it. I think they do seals quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when I think they do seals quite a lot and just pass. I don't think they're too interested.
I mean, especially diving at the point where it's not as enclosed as like.
Well, they definitely come past that.
Yeah,
like
and
it's
it's
not
like.
Oh yeah.
Some days you feel like the viz is bad. You can feel it's a little sharky. You can feel them. Oh, there might be one just like around us, and we just wouldn't know.
You wouldn't have a clue.
But-
Did you guys get to see any other shark species? Ragged-tooth sharks?
Yep.
But we saw the ragged-tooth sharks in Durban.
Yeah.
We didn't see them here.
You didn't see it. You didn't
We
catch
have
them.
not dove the raggies dive site at all. But
What were the other sharks we saw in Durban?
and the oceanic blacktips.
Oceanic
Oceanic
blacktips.
blacktips. Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah.
You saw you did the baited dive.
Yeah, that was.
Aliwal's a different kettle of fish. That's a
I mean, we
crazy
only
place.
had 2 when usually there's a lot more, but they were all
Yeah.
gone for Sardine run. But even two
Even
was
two's
just
mind
And they
blowing.
were
Beautiful.
just staying around the entire time,
Yeah.
swimming laps around us. So cool.
yeah.
That's pretty insane. And you did, so you were with the whale.
Yeah.
That was an insane experience.
Getting slapped by the
Yeah.
peck fin.
Yeah, and you came on the first week to
Yeah,
Sardine Run.
I got the bait balls. He got the whales.
whales,
Two
yeah.
different Sardine run experiences.
Very different. I think every single week was completely different.
Yeah.
Like no 2 weeks had the same kind of vibe. But yeah, that whale was
Insane.
insane. And you also played with the seal for quite a while.
Oh, yeah. I was swimming with that seal for a good
You had
30
like
minutes.
on your own, just like a little intimate experience with a Cape Fur seal, just chilling.
Although I was looking down constantly.
Yeah.
Watching for a breach.
Coming up quick. Yeah. Some big sharks on Sardine Run though. I think both of you
Yeah.
got shot.
We
Oh,
didn't
you didn't
see
get shot.
sharks while we
I
were
saw
there,
them.
but-
Yeah.
When
You
we
were
were on
good
the
shots.
bait ball, there was one big bait ball where it's just there was 5 seals on top, dolphins hitting the bait ball every which way, and then there's 5 sharks like duskies or bronzies that are just circling us, occasionally going through the bait ball, and it's just like
What
I
the
know-
fuck? It was crazy. It was crazy viz as well. That day.
yeah,
Like,
that was
so
so
good.
crazy.
But yeah, I think we had. Do we have 2 good days? I can't.
Yeah, we had two
good.
one really good day, and
Yeah.
then we had a day that was all right, and then
Yeah.
it was kind of.
And
It
then after
definitely
that,
was mellowed out.
I
the
think
remainder of
that's
the week.
you went for Sardine Run. I know it's different every year, but I definitely noticed that this year was you have the feeding frenzy, and then you'll have a couple of days where it's like chill, and then you'll have another big feeding frenzy. So it's definitely comes in waves and dips and waves. So, but yeah, no, I think you both got pretty unreal
Yeah,
experiences.
it was amazing.
Yeah, I
for
can't believe
sure.
how close that whale got. That's your fin in the
It's
video.
getting slapped by the peck fin.
It's okay, yeah,
And then
that's
a
the
couple
one thing I
times I
was
had to
like.
move because of the tail coming up.
Those, yeah, we couldn't move. Yeah, the thing he told me before we got in is those pectoral fins weigh about 5 tons each. So one of those hits you, it's like lights out. We were
by-
like inches away.
hit by a bus, literally.
No. Quite literally. And but the thing was, it knew exactly where we were in the water as
Yeah.
well. Like it was super graceful and chill and spinning and all sorts. So that was amazing to watch. But yeah, what have been the highlights for your months here?
Definitely the diving for sure.
Okay.
A lot of the days we had really good viz, saw some really cool stuff. Like the day we saw the huge ray.
Yeah.
Just other stuff as well. Or like in Durban when we saw the raggies.
Yeah.
So yeah, the diving for sure, and then the people as well. I really clicked with a lot of people here that
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to.
I think that's I don't know. Is that the same for you or?
Yeah, I mean, not just the people within the internship, but just like the people,
Locals
just in
and-
general, like the locals. Like,
Yeah.
I'd play ping pong with them at Zeps, or just like
Yeah.
as you're walking by, as you're going to like the local cafes and like stores, like you get to know them, like
Everybody, yeah.
dolphins and like
Yeah.
they
So many
always-
nice people in Mossel
I know.
Bay, eh?
Everybody's so nice. Everybody's very welcoming here.
Yeah.
Like it's
No, it's definitely one of those little small towns where once you sort of. That's why people keep coming back as well, because like you get to know people and it feels like home. Like you
Oh, yeah.
you never want to leave. Like once
Definitely
you've been here, it
feels
gets
like-
under your skin, and then you're like, you go home to like a big city or a big town or whatever, and it's not quite the same vibe, and you're like, yeah, I could just be back in Mossel Bay right now.
Seriously.
Yeah, it happens, and people come back year on year, and yeah. Do you reckon you guys will be back
Oh, certainly.
at some point? You don't like the cold water, though.
yeah, I'm not very keen about the cold water, but perhaps I'll bring my family here during the summer months to
Swing by,
Yeah.
see the sharks again
Yeah.
if they're back, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. But yeah, so 3 courses, 3 months, 2 months. What would you say was actually no, 3 months, 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
Biggest takeaways.
biggest takeaways. I mean, I guess the biggest one is how misunderstood like the great whites are, and how they're actually just a very beautiful creature, and like everybody sees them as like the scary thing they are, but they're I mean, it's their ocean at the end of the day, but they are a very beautiful, majestic creature that just is minding their own business. They're doing their own thing, like. And then I guess the other thing, my biggest takeaway personally has been like the whole diving experience. Like I knew I liked diving, but after this whole experience and getting my dive master, I realized how much I actually love diving and like how passionate I am. And I came here fully not knowing what I wanted to do after I graduated college, and this kind of has opened up my eyes to possibly pursuing a career for a little bit in being a dive master or
Yeah.
possibly getting my instructor. So that was probably the biggest takeaway for me.
That's pretty awesome.
For me, it was honestly when I signed up for the program and got accepted for it, I was a little worried with how I could get from a rescue diver to a DM in just 2 months, or like open water to a DM in 3 months.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
0 to hero.
that seems awfully crammed. Like I was worried that like the instruction wouldn't be that good or whatever. But when I came here,
Lee did a good job.
Lee did a great job.
Yeah.
Eldon runs a great program. All the instructors as well. Mealy's Maynard,
Conrad.
Conrad,
Yeah.
Kyra.
Yeah.
They're all great.
Yeah.
For
The
sure.
whole GoDive family, I mean,
Yeah.
they
It's like a
really-
family, then an extended family, then more people, and then it just stacks on top of each other.
They really
yeah.
bring you right in and they make you feel like family, and they
Yeah.
really like
Yeah.
they teach you so much and they really go in depth with everything. And I feel like for some people, I've never had that much in depth with scuba diving before. Like
Yeah.
they really like push you to be excelling within scuba diving, not just be, oh, you're just a DM or a dive master. You're actually like, oh, you really are a dive master. You know what you're doing. You like know everything. And you're
I think the
confident.
conditions help as well, eh?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
You
they're
can
not
dive
easy
here.
You can dive
You're
here, you
good.
can dive anywhere. That's the tagline.
Especially diving in half a meter viz.
Oh, yeah.
You were lucky.
Oh,
And, like, I heard that when I first landed. Val was telling me, like, hey, if you can dive here, you can dive anywhere. I was like, okay, yeah, I've
say
heard that
that.
before. First dive, I could not see my own hands. I was like, okay, I get it now.
Surge is mad, the viz is bad sometimes, yeah. But like when you do get those good days, it's
Then it's
beautiful down there.
sweet.
then it's just like you feel like you can see everything. You feel
Yeah.
like a superhero because you're just
then
like,
you go-
I can see for miles.
You go to Egypt and you're like, I'm flying. I'm not even diving anymore. I'm
No,
just-
that was like Durban.
Durban
When
was
we got
nuts.
into the water at Durban. We just look. You can see the bottom, which is 30 meters down. You're like,
okay.
I can see everything.
Yeah, we get down.
Is this even diving?
Yeah,
It
We're
doesn't
at
feel
like
like an adventure.
27 meters, and I can still see the boat. I'm like,
Yeah.
huh?
That's the amazing thing though. Like you do those dives and you do, especially like the adventure dives where you're planning on diving but you don't really know where, and then you make a plan, you go, and it just feels like a day out, an adventure, rather than okay, like a regimented scuba dive. You get your gear, you're planning this, that, and then you do that. Like every trip is just different. You don't know what you're getting, and yeah, it's just fun, and
Yeah.
and you're always tickled by that idea that you could have a great white just cruising around you at any point.
Yeah. That is true.
Yeah. And how confident do you guys feel as DMs now? You've led a few dives?
Yeah, we've led some dives. Yeah, I feel very confident. Not like overly confident, but like to the point where I could take out probably 4 students and I'd be confident that I'd be able to either teach them a skill or lead them on a dive successfully.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. They definitely, I mean, you don't want to be overly confident when you're
Yeah.
diving, but I definitely feel like they prepared us enough to be able to take clients out, like a good amount of clients to navigate them, like show them around and be fine if there's any emergency, especially with Conrad.
I was going to say, that's the next point I was going to bring up. I was like, so this is the stress test, the bane of your life.
Conrad and Lee, really, those tests were,
Yeah.
I mean, they are stressful at the time, but they really mentally prepare you for if there's an emergency that happens in the water. Like you feel confident that you will be able to handle it to the best of your ability and really try to prevent any further injury of happening. So,
Yeah,
that's it. That's
it
what-
teaches you a lot about your kit, like how to handle certain situations as well. Because like you think like, oh, my air is getting shut off, like I could do this, but until you're underwater and your air gets shut off and then your mask gets ripped off and your reg's wrapped around your neck, you don't know how to turn on your you don't know how to turn on your air like that. So it really does prepare you if you were to have like a panic dive or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
prepares you for the worst.
certainly.
That's what it's supposed to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's a crazy situation, and you really don't know how you're going to react until you're underwater and you take a breath and there's nothing there, and you're like, okay, what do I do now? But some people don't handle it well, and we've had, I mean, not on the training course, but like we've had divers that haven't been prepared, that have just come for dives, that have shot up from 27 meters, and you're like, and there's just people chasing them, trying to make sure that nothing bad happens to them, and yeah, like that's why you do the courses, is so you know how to handle it when something does go wrong?
Like, especially when Carl and I had our deep dive at the wall,
Yeah.
and my cylinder stopped working. So I'm at 17 meters in visibility where I wouldn't be able to see Ryan right now.
Yeah.
And I just had to reach out, grab Carl, pull him, and I was like,
Out of
and
air.
he gave me his octo. We went up safely, but I think that was after the first stress test, wasn't it?
I think it was. Yeah, it definitely. I
Yeah.
think it was right after the first stress
Right
test.
after the
yeah.
first one, like the next day or the day after. And like I feel like that definitely helped us. Well, helped Carl save me.
And then it definitely helped you. Like it wasn't as
Yeah.
stressful or as panicky as it was
Nice and
during
chill.
the stress test. Like
Just-
you just knew he was confident. Carl was our other dive master with
So-
us, but
yeah.
it was
Yeah.
like he was very confident that Carl would know what to do in that situation.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
Communicated well.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I've never moved my hands like that faster in my life.
What did you feel when it happened?
Well, I'm breathing fine. Then at 17, nothing, and I was like, Carl.
I need it.
I know. I came down like right after that happened, and I didn't even notice that he was on his octo because they looked so perfectly calm, and I
Yeah.
they
breathing
were
on the
going
same
back
tank.
up, which I was like, oh, something must have happened where they have
Yeah.
to go back up. Like I thought he was narking really bad, but no, I was like, okay, they must be fine, but he must be like narking or something and needs to like take a second and go back up, and so we continued down, but they looked perfectly calm, which
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
When
We
I came,
dealt with it well.
yeah, when I came back up, and I was surprised to hear that his air got turned off and that it stopped working. I was like, I would have never guessed that would have happened just based on their body language when I asked them.
And just to give a picture of how bad the visibility was, so Ryan was down there, and then after Carl and I went back up, we were like, okay, we can go back down. Like, they've sorted out what was wrong with the cylinder. Like, we can go back down, it'll be fine. And so we drop on the buoy line. As we're dropping on the buoy line, Ryan's buddy was low on air, so he was coming up. And I let go of the buoy line for no longer than a second. And during that second, Ryan passed me, and we never saw
We
each
never
other.
saw each other.
The viz was that
And
bad.
we were
We never
literally
saw each
right
other.
on the buoy line.
Jesus.
It was crazy. Like, when I came up, I fully expected them to be on the boat because I was like, oh, I never passed them on the buoy line. And I look at the boat, and it's empty. I'm like,
Uh-oh.
and then I asked them, did you drop them on the buoy line? And they're like, yeah, they dropped on the buoy line. I was like, I never saw them. And Elton's face was like, priceless.
I don't know. I have no answers for you right now.
I'm like, okay.
Oh, shame.
Yeah, it was crazy because when we figured that out after the dive, we were just like,
We were in
what?
awe. Like,
Yeah.
how did that even happen?
The viz, yeah. When it is bad, it's bad.
Yeah.
But it's good, though. It can be really good. 15, I mean, not compared to, like, Egypt or anywhere, but, like,
Right.
yeah, 10, 15 meters. And
Oh, yeah.
So that's a
We've
good
had
day.
a few days like that.
Yeah.
Like that night dive I led was insane.
Yeah.
You could see for miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt
Well,
like
not
it.
actually, but
Yeah, I think I was talking to I was talking to Renee before, and she was basically saying, yeah, I didn't know what the dollars looked like, and then we had a night dive, and it was really good viz, and I was like, oh, there is like structure here and fish
Yeah.
here and
Yeah.
things. So yeah,
Like, we just got back from a dive, and Viz was bad, and you could
This
barely,
one just now?
Yeah, you could barely make out any shapes. Like, they were just shadows of the reef.
is this in the
And
dollar?
then- yeah. They're just shadows, and then you get right next to it. I was like, oh, that's a part of the reef.
Oh yeah,
It's just,
the only thing I saw clearly that entire dive was a blacktail.
yeah.
Yeah, blacktail.
Yeah,
It just
just
swam
the
right
one.
in front of me. Just a single
Just
thing.
one blacktail.
Just the single one. The rest of the dive, it was just shadows of a reef.
Yeah. Oh no, it can be. But they're good training dives. That's the sort of thing. It is very beneficial to training those things. Especially you guys did the surge entry the other day as well. At the
Yeah,
well, you did too. didn't you?
yeah.
Yeah, but you did it at Pebbles.
Oh,
and it was
yeah.
breaking over
Yeah.
the thing. That was
That
a
was
hectic,
intense.
hectic entry. But
Honestly,
good.
the entry at Pebbles was rugged, but I would almost say Dalso was worse.
Really?
Today was horrible.
yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I think the swell, it was predicted it was almost 4 meters. But
Yeah.
it wasn't like, it didn't look that bad, but it was like constant waves. It wasn't like,
And it was like
swell.
pulling in,
It was just
pushing
like
you.
constant, like
Yeah.
you'd get these small waves that'd be like, oh.
And like I was pretty confident in my like entry and exit because I've done that entry and exit like 1,000 times now, and I got pulled. My feet got swept by the water, and I landed right on my ass, and then I got pushed into mealies.
Back in again.
Yeah. I was trying to exit, and I was holding onto the railing, and then the water pulls me back, and I just feel my hand just slip off the
Sliding down.
railing, and then I just go back out. I was like, gotta try again.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Just wait for the next wave.
Yeah, exactly. But the wave put us above the step that you have to, the big step that you have to go down also. So you just ride it up, and then you're like, oh, time to stand up, take off everything.
Run.
Yep, run, basically.
Before the next wave comes in.
Before it pulls you back out.
Yeah. That was
awesome.
crazy.
Awesome. And you guys both dive back at home, eh?
Yeah.
Well, you not so
The
much.
only dive that I did at home was for my open water.
Open water.
So I did my 4 dives, and that was enough for me back home.
That was it.
So
you had 4 dives when you came here?
No, I had 17, but the rest of my dives were mainly done in good water in Malaysia and Hawaii. So it was
Nice.
like warm, could see everything.
Nice
but,
and chill.
Back home, when I got my open water, it's very similar to here. Like visibility is very similar, except it's usually like 4 to 5 degrees colder. So it's
At home?
Yeah. So
Jeez,
you're
I know
diving.
it's cold here, but...
You're diving either in a dry suit or
Yeah.
a 9 mil.
Okay, what did you go?
I had a 9 mil.
You had a 9 mil.
because-
Yeah, dry suit's another qualification, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
But no, cool, awesome. But yeah, so you've had a good few months then,
Oh, yeah, certainly.
and you've enjoyed, apart from the diving. I mean, Zeppelins has definitely grabbed you guys.
Oh man,
It's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah, it's a good little bar, eh?
many memorable
great little
nights.
Yeah.
Or not
Not
remembering
memorable.
those, or not remembering those nights, huh?
Nah.
Questionable stories here and there.
Yeah.
A few, yeah.
Got a few records on the board.
That's for sure.
I like the way everyone's gone quiet now.
I guess one takeaway from Zeps is we became a lot better at pool.
Oh, yeah, certainly.
Yeah, we
And
got
beer pong. Well, I don't know if you
we
got
didn't-
better, but
I got
we didn't
worse,
play much
actually.
beer pong.
You didn't play much,
but it was
no.
mainly we played a lot of pool.
We played a lot of
so
pool.
much.
and when you
pool.
play drunk, you play so much better. Like you.
It's like
That's what you should do. Dive drunk. I mean, it's not in the rules, but if you dive drunk, maybe you get a lot better.
It's like no, but then I think it's kind of like there's that threshold when you're drinking. Like you get to that threshold where you're like hyper focused. Like
Yeah.
you're like you're not drunk, but you're like tipsy. But you're like if you're playing pool
Focused.
or you're doing one activity, you're like focused and you're dialed in that one
Yeah.
thing, and it's just
I can clean this up.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Just clean house right now.
Fun. But no, Mossel Bay definitely has a lot of different experiences.
Oh, yeah.
I think people come here and like it's not just a dive internship, is it? It's like
No, yeah.
it's a lifestyle. Like,
Between like working here with White Shark on the boat,
penguin.
I mean the last couple shifts were a little rugged because we haven't had any sharks.
battling with the sharks.
The penguins.
The penguins.
The menaces they are. I mean, I
Working
like
at
them.
Saprec
They're
is really
so
cool.
cute, like, and it's for a good cause. Like Saprec
Yep.
it's a
Hiccup,
good cause.
that asshole.
But
You can say it on this podcast. You can say it. He's an
but
asshole.
I have multiple wounds from those.
The only
fucking
injuries you're going to get
penguins.
on this internship is from penguins.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
no sharks, no white sharks.
I've been bitten by one animal only, and it's been a penguin.
Yep.
That's pretty standard. I mean, I've still got
But it
scars.
is really cool when you get to the chance to start feeding them.
Yeah.
100%.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a cool place and it's a cool setup they've got there at Saprec. And Carol does an amazing job as well. And so do the volunteers and everything.
Yeah.
And
all the work there.
I like all the work except for cleaning the pool. That's the only
That's
thing
the
I
only
don't
thing.
like doing.
Brutal. I mean, it's every couple of days as well, so it's like...
When you're doing the raking, it's like you're doing a Zen garden. Yeah, basically, you're
That's
just
the nice
raking. You're
one.
kind
My
of just
favorite
chilling,
thing.
just
Sure,
raking,
yeah.
and then
The power washer isn't bad.
power washer is kind of fun. Feeding's amazing as well because
Yeah,
you're able
yeah.
to handle them and like. But
That
that
pool.
pool,
Bane of your life.
No.
I thankfully I've only cleaned that pool like 3 times since
Yeah.
I've been here.
Like
Oh,
this.
really?
And yeah,
Jeez.
Actually, I've only done it twice.
What are you complaining about then? God, it did it twice.
it's not fun. It's not
Fun either
It's not fun. That's for sure.
No, but yeah. Saprec, those penguins. Fuck. But no, it is for a good cause, isn't it? And they do release them. What is there, like 10,000 breeding pairs left? Or 14,000 breeding pairs
It's
left?
not a lot.
It's not a lot.
It's not a lot.
No.
They're I think they're thinking that they're going to be extinct from the wild in like 2030 something, I think.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
something like
It's not long, far away, yeah.
not that far.
Yeah,
Like
not
10
entirely.
years seems like a long time, but it's not.
It's really not.
No.
Like 10 years ago, I don't even.
Yeah.
It seems like a blur to me. These past few years have felt like a blur.
Well, that's it. And I don't think white sharks have got overly long left. They're not doing super well. Well, at least the South African white sharks. The rest of the world might do okay. I know there's some places doing quite well.
You've been here for how long? And you've definitely
even in the last 6-7 years.
You've definitely seen like
the decline. Pretty rapidly as well. Like it's not. I mean, there's one thing which is like the orcas, but like overfishing definitely contributes to more of the decline than the orcas do.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely from the bays, especially the orcas have been pushing them out. But yeah.
When we first came here, Val told us like on one of our first trips, she told us that it used to be where you'd see like 20 white sharks in one boating trip, but now you're lucky to see like one. Even now, you're lucky to see one. Yeah. For my first shifts, it was like we saw 3 to 5, but that was considered very lucky to see that many.
Yeah, I mean, I think the average was like 8 to 12 when I first came. And then, on a really cooking day, I think the most I ever saw was like 23, 24. Jeez. Which is like insane.
Shark after shark after shark.
Honestly, when you don't realise, because obviously you see 1 or 2 passing the cage at the time, but then you stand on the top in the balcony and you look down and there's like 2 sharks there, 1 shark there, 3 sharks there, 2 sharks there, and they're all coming out vertically, smashing the bait, and it's just it's what you can imagine. It's just crazy. But then I've obviously over the last few years, orcas pushing them out, and just takes them so much time to come back in again, and they've just culminating back in the area. And now we're lucky if we get 3s, 4s. I mean, that's a good day. It is sad to see, but I think it's going to be one of those. The orcas aren't going anywhere.
No,
overfishing's not going anywhere. The sharks are battling hard now to try to stay in that area.
And it's been over a month since we've seen a shark here.
Because the first half month of my internship, every time we went out on white shark, we got at least 3 individuals. They were lively, and you could tell because the seals were all pressed right up on Seal Island.
They weren't coming off for anything.
Now we go out and the seals are like a mile
in the middle of the bay.
Just
like you just see them and they're like in the middle of the bay. I was like, why are you out here? There's sharks here, but they're just comfortable right now. Like they're just chilling.
They're not worried.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy. But the bay's definitely changed. I'm hoping sometimes it can be 6 weeks, sometimes it can be like 6 months, sometimes it can be like longer. So I'm hoping this time's not too long, but fingers crossed.
I mean, now you're back. Or actually, they'll probably leave once you leave here.
The day I get on a flight, they will rock up.
You're going to get a call
when
you land.
There has been a day. There was 1 visa run I did, and when I came, when I flew out, they came back, and then when I came back, flew in, they left again. The orcas came through again, and I was like, "You got to be fucking with me."
You're gonna open your messages, and you're just gonna see a voice note of just somebody saying, "We got 3 sharks today," and then you're gonna land, and then you're like, "Oh, orcas."
Orcas. Sorry, guys. Although it is amazing to see the orcas. I mean, I don't like them too often but when you do see them, you guys haven't caught them yet. No, but
I haven't seen them here, but I've seen them back home.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I suppose they're probably prettier orcas. Our orcas are not very pretty. Yeah. We've got port starboard with the floppy.
Especially that they go after the sharks.
Danglers, but they're not fun. But no. Well, just to wrap up, what's your favourite experiences been? I mean, like diving, obviously, but do you have a particular experience that's your favourite memory of your time in Mossel Bay?
That's tough.
That is. There's so many moments.
Can be in Zeps. Can be on the boat.
Honestly, I think it was.
Can be down Zeps.
I think it was when I first came here. I didn't think all of the interns, like instructors, even like locals like Tony, Conray, people like them. I didn't think I was gonna like get to know them or become friends with them. I thought it would just be the interns were friends, instructors were friends, stuff like that. And I think it was the first night I went to Zeppelin's with everybody when Mealy's, Maynard, and who was it, Anshin? For DM?
Oh, yeah, it was Anshin
when they
as well.
got their DM. And I met everybody.
And that was the crazy night, wasn't it? Well, I wasn't here, I was in the Sardine room, but you were doing...
But that's
what were those shots called? Was that another... what do they call them? The crazy shots where you throw the water in the face, slap them, and then...
Oh, hurricane shots.
Was that night?
Yeah, it was that night.
Well, before it all went to shit. That's when I became friends with everybody here, and it really tied the experience together.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's meant to be that family vibe as well, and like making you feel like it's like your second home kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah. I think definitely it was pretty similar to that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like that was pretty much the first night I really went out
Big
with
session.
like everybody, even though I had been here for a month.
Yeah.
Like we didn't really like I interacted with the staff and we became quite close, but I never went out to any of the bars with them until that night. And it was like, wow, when I came here, I thought it was going to be like all the instructors, like you said, the instructors are going to hang out and then we're all just going to hang out as students and like go out together, whatever. But we actually like the instructors and students really like mingled and like talked and like actually
Got
felt
to know
like,
each other.
we were all very close. And so I think it was definitely that night was probably the most memorable part of being here at Mossel Bay was just the fact that you actually got to know everybody.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. Yeah, it's just you do feel like part of the town, and like once you leave a little bit of your soul here, and then it never really leaves.
Yeah.
Like especially us, Emilio and Maynard. Like we're a group of 4. We do almost everything together.
Golfing, diving. Everything, anything you name it.
Yeah,
we all
shooting
went
the
to
shit.
Good little group,
together.
They're super cool guys. So no. And that's part of the thing as well. Like you're here to become one of them essentially.
Oh, yeah.
That's the aim of the game, and dive masters. So you want to be part of that culture.
Yeah. I definitely felt like it was a very different experience than I was thinking it was going to be, but in a good way. Like it was a lot more like
integrated.
Family. It was like family more than like an internship. It definitely felt like you were like a part of the GoDive family, and it was just a crazy, unreal experience just to be part of that family for 2 months or 3 months or just even a month. Like
that's the thing, you'll never leave. Like you'll always keep in contact with people and just talk to people, and there's every time you reach out somebody will reply. Probably not Elton, he never replies to anyone. He blue ticks everyone.
Yeah, it takes him a while.
Yeah, he will reply sooner or later. It's just I don't know when, but
mine's going a million miles per hour, and that's for sure.
Yeah. No, awesome. No, well, I want to say thank you very much for coming on, and it's been fun having you for the last 2 months, and you're going to leave, so good luck in the future.
Thank you.
But we'll have you back again soon.
I'll
for
be
sure.
back
We'll be
next
back.
year.
But cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
See you again soon. Awesome.